How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another SPL video. It's a game between Mada and Lax. And what do we know? There is a Bellibolt right in front of our eyes on the field with this electromorphosis activated, with the charge activated. This game looks quite interesting. It's only been 3 turns and Mada's Tinglu has died. So let's go back and see what happened. If I were to talk about matchups, so they have a pretty standard offense with like a maybe Tinglu hazard lead with red card and stuff, and just offensive Pokemon. On the other hand, here they have a hazard stack sort of core with the stealth rock, or not hazard stack but more so boot spam, you could say. It's not hazard stack, but it is a bunch of mons would have boots. So let's see. Darkrai comes out on the Tinglu, so this is a good lead for the Tinglu. They just ice beam. That's a critical hit. Ruination, so that's not red card. I hope that was a red card, but I guess that could be Rocky Helmet, that could be Resto Chesto. Probably Rocky Helmet though, because I would assume like this team has cast out of a anti-Tusk Tinglu so that you can bait Tusk into just attacking. Anyway, U-turn Bellibolt, booster attack Tusk comes out. They headlonged on a balloon Tinkatan, so that turn just turned out to be a disaster for Mada there, because that Tinkatan just encored it. Kingambit comes out on it. They probably just go for rocks. Oh, Thunder Wave. That's a pretty good play. That's a pretty good thumbnail. Thunder Wave. Bellibolt comes out. Stayed paralyzed. Now that is something you don't want to see. Soak Toxic. Hello. So something's gonna get poisoned here. Damn, they're running the set. Soak Toxic Bellibolt. Is this the... I don't think this is the RMT. No way that's the RMT. Nobody's using the RMT in SPL, unless it's a really good one, of course. But that it's built around, like, it has the same pattern. You know, I see 4 mons that are literally the same, like Tinkatan, Bellibolt, Alo. Like Alo just has a good combination with all these, like in these types of teams. Boot spam. Yeah. Charge activates with U-turn. Great Tusk. It's gonna get soaked. Everything's getting soaked here. I mean, they always have a kind of a free Mola too. If that is like a defensive Mola, it can definitely come in on this Tusk, since now it has also lost its stab. Oh, that's true. I just realized turning this into a water type means they can attack it with a charged discharge. They're gonna take damage on this Dragapult is dead. Oh, they click slack off. Okay, they're trying to stall the poison. Makes sense, right? Shadow Ball. Once again, they just slack off here. Yep. Mada cannot do anything about it. They just cannot do anything about it. Great Tusk comes in again on another slack off. So this is going to give a breakthrough to Mada for this turn at least, because they can threaten this out with a headlong. But they decided to click knock its boots out, and Tusk just got poisoned. So this Bellibolt, oh no, why'd they stay in, man? Bellibolt died. Nah, that actually sucks. Come on, we wanted more Bellibolt on the field, didn't we? It literally knocked, like, I don't know, can't say knocked, but annoyed half of their team. The single Pokemon, the single unranked Pokemon, or I guess it's ranked now in the D tier because of the RMTs. But man, I hate to see that mon go down like that. Why did you just switch, Lax? Come on, you had Alo, you had Tinkatan. Don't let Bellibolt go down like that. Anyway, I feel like if Mada can win, that would be through a Terra on either Kingambit or Moth. The problem with Moth is that, like, it will need Terra Ghost if it wants to go through Dragonite, because this probably has extreme speed, and Alo could also be AV. So Moth has some big threats in front of it. Kingambit, on the other hand, Kingambit is Kingambit, right? If they can somehow chip the Darkrai down and chip the Darkrai, I pointed to Tusk and said Darkrai, but both of these mons, if they can chip both these mons down, then Kingambit can definitely have a fun reverse sweep. So Tinkaton's gonna come out. They'll probably try to encore this. So let's see what Mada gonna do. It could be Iron Moth, but the thing is Thunder Waves there. Okay, they just go for rocks. Good play by Lax. Pretty good play. Like, yeah, they're not gonna risk the Tusk. You do feel like that, right? They're not gonna risk the Tusk, and they're also not gonna go Moth, fearing the Thunder Wave. So Mada makes a mid ground that covers uh, Encore and also covers Thunder Wave into Dragapult. This is just some mono Gigaton, no knockoff. Maybe Darkrai and Tusk both could have knockoff. Darkrai could, like, it could be knock 3 attacks, boots, or knock Wisp, Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, any sort of sets really. There's so many good sets Darkrai can run, it's insane. But yeah, definitely not over. I wouldn't say the game is over. It looks heavily in favor of Lax since Dragapult's about to go down. Tinglu's gone, Tusk is poisoned, and Kingambit is paralyzed. Actually, I just realized that thing is paralyzed, so it might not be as easy to reverse sweep with that thing. The situation actually looks really bad for... That is a AV Alo too, bad for Mada. So Darkrai is gonna take the damage, Dragapult is gonna go down. This does feel like a good Moth turn, but then again, they have a AV Alo, so what's Moth gonna do? Also, like, Mada would need a pretty good, like, a Terra Ghost, potentially, to beat the Dragonite 1v1. Even if they somehow go around the Alo. Maybe they have, like, Energy Ball or something, but yeah, without Terra Ghost, Dragonite isn't winning. So I have a feeling that Lax might just win. Since Lax also hasn't used their Terra, they just haven't, and they can use that on Dragonite or on Tusk to survive a move maybe, or on Alo to survive a move from Ogerpon. But yeah, I do think like Dragonite kind of just wins unless it's a pretty, like a Terra bait, pretty good Terra bait by Mada. Alo comes out, is gonna be Fury trying to fish for that boost. Didn't get it unfortunately, but unless their Terra Grass Energy Ball, that wouldn't have mattered. Okay, so a water type moves comes out. This is a good turn for Mada since, oh, as I said, Terra Poison comes out. And the Terra... Ooh, deck! Holy, that is deck, sir! Terra Poison, Terra Blast, hello! Hello there! What the hell? Hello Momola is now Ogerpon counter. That's why I constantly say that Terra Blast is a great game-breaking move and it needs to go down. It needs to get bad. And this is a prime example of that thing. A mon that is walled by a certain Pokemon can just catch it off guard with a weird Terra and use Terra Blast to abuse that Terra. That shouldn't be possible. Terra isn't a problem. Keep that in mind. Terra isn't a problem. If this Terra poisoned, it still isn't doing anything to Ogerpon. But Terra Blast, hello, that's just too much. That is just too much. Now this can just flip turn because Mada doesn't have water absorb anymore. So yeah, they'll just flip turn out and bring in a mon that can just knock this out, like a Dragonite or even Darkrai. I don't know if this knocks this out though, but yeah, pretty game breaking move, Terra Blast there. And yeah, this does look just over for Mada here. Lax is gonna take the win with that Bellibolt and the Terra Blast Alo Momola. Man, when you think about all the possibilities, like, yeah, insane. Like, this tier is honestly something that the Pokemon world had never seen. This tier is just on a whole another level compared to any previous tiers. This generation is insane. Yeah, the game is done. Tusk will just beat these two. And I mean, like, Darkrai is faster, Dragonite's got extreme speed for Ogerpon, so yeah. That's gonna be a win for Lax. So that is also going to be a point for me because I did pick Lax to win. And yeah, that is awesome. Alright, now we're watching a game between JJ and ZS. And it's been a couple of turns, but looking at the teams, JJ has kind of a offense, sort of a bulky offense you could say, with these mons being like more HP invested, Lando as well. And ZS on the other hand has sort of a balance with Alo, Slowking, and Gudra. Hisu and Gudra is quite interesting there. But look at ZS's team, and then look at Kuram. It goes in, especially if it's specs. Like even if it's not specs, then Slowking kind of walls it right. But yeah, like it could be DD Icicle Spear without power. That's also possible, or it's just standard specs. So let's start the game again and see what happened. Slowking lead into a Lando lead, so no Ice Beam, they just hard switch, expecting like maybe Earthquake. It's possible that JJ has Earthquake, so yeah, goes into defensive Alo with Helmet. Lando U-turns out, brings Kuram in, so this is, they tried to read, so that's definitely not specs damage. This is probably boots. I guess they tried to read Gudra, and then and like ZS stayed in, which might be a good play depending on what ZS's set is, right? If it's def, then sure, like Kuram's freeze drop wouldn't have exactly knocked them out without that specs. So yeah, flip turns out here into Cinderace, so threatening a Will-O-Wisp for just the standard Pyro. It's gonna be U-turn. Oh, it's Libro, so I'm expecting it's not Wisp, it's not that bulky set. But this is also not Helmet, so it could be Soft Sand. Probably is Soft Sand in the team like this. I don't think Scarf makes much sense, or maybe it does, but yeah, like they keep going. Cinderace keep U-turning. Gudra comes out on a Earth Power. That's not doing anything because Gudra is probably AV, so it gets doubles into Alo. So a lot of switching, a lot of momentum going on in this game so far. Ruination into Flipter, didn't try to get hazards up, makes sense since the opponent has a Cinderace. It really doesn't matter. Just getting damage on everything is way better. This is Helmet Tinglu. Okay, I get why it's Helmet. You know, baiting Tusk into spinning and ice spinnering a Tinglu makes a lot of sense in these kinds of offense teams. So I get why it's Helmet. They did get rocks up apparently, which is quite interesting. I thought they were planning not to, but Cinderace kind of just gets a free code change right now because it's Libro, so it will, or they cannot do it, or they cannot do it. I have no clue why, but sure, maybe they do not. It's possible they don't have code change since like this is kind of sort of a boot spam. This is definitely not boots though. Oh, the Scizor got frozen for JJ. That is awful actually. How much damage is that doing? That's doing 20, so that's just standard, right? That's just standard. Yeah, it's not specs. That's what I thought. Scizor stays frozen, which is unfortunate for 2 turns in a row. And yeah, just Scizor going down is kind of bad. Like it could have done something for sure. U-turning out a Dark Pulse was one thing it would have been easily doing. Turn comes out, but they always have a Slowking / Gudra. Doubling into a Gudra, trying to read that switch, which is a good switch, obviously. U-turn. Let's see what comes out. It's gonna be Tinglu. Gudra probably just attacks and takes care of this Tinglu. Should be faster than this too, yeah. Tinglu goes down. Lando comes back in again. They sack the Gudra, okay. It looks like they don't need that anymore. And now we have caught up with the game. Great Tusk takes the Earthquake, spins the Stealth Rock. I guess they don't have code change. Maybe they're just running coverage moves since they are also running a spinner, which would make sense. Earthquake on the Tusk, Rapid Spin comes out. So this Lando is slower now. Well, actually this is a Scarf Landorus. I thought it would be Soft Sand, but yeah, it's Scarf since it was faster than a +1 Tusk. And this was probably just this could be double hazard lead too. Like it's fairly possible that this is a double hazard lead, the Tinglu. But yeah, let's see what JJ can do. One thing like I really like right now is that SD Valiant, especially with the help of Terra, can actually just go in. SD Valiant can literally go in. It would knock this out with knock. Alo is low, and like +2 CC would just do a lot to Alo, obviously. And Alo in return can't really threaten Valiant back unless it goes for a Scarred Burn. And Darkrai Terra would matter a lot, like Terra Poison, those 50-50s are going to matter a lot, I feel like. Cinderace would go down to a +2 CC for sure, and so will Tusk since it's at 14%. So Valiant does look like it has potential. But right now the problem is that this Tusk, I feel like, can just do a ton of damage to everything. Rapid Spin did 20 to Lando. Let's see how much is that. 20 without Intimidate. So let's just go Scarf Lando here. So that's just offensive Tusk. Since if it didn't have attack, then you can see it wouldn't do 20. So yeah, that is offensive Tusk. So that means I'm pretty sure Kyurem dies to Headlong. Yep, it does. It's at 54%. So Kyurem would die to Headlong. And Valiant would obviously take a move, but is it wise to take so much damage on Valiant when you have so many Pokemon to deal with? Probably Roaring Moon is gonna be their play, I feel like. Because it can take a Headlong and it can just knock this thing out at 14%. So they do sack Kyurem. I do like the idea of saving a faster Pokemon, your fastest Pokemon. That is Scarfland. Oh, Intimidate. So they're trying to save much more health on their Pokemon, which I quite like. Like, Kyurem is useless. It's gonna be a sack. You have to sack something. Oh, ZS makes a good play in getting rocks up. Quite a weird, like a composition there. I was assuming that, yeah. But yeah, I guess if there's running boot spam, like sort of a boot spam, not exactly. But yeah, they don't really need code change on Cinderace. They have Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin. Nothing is really weak to boot. Stealth Rock, obviously, aside from Cinderace, but that's boot. So yeah, I guess it does make sense to not run code change. Lando comes out again on the Headlong, intimidates more, but the problem now is that the Lando is dead. So I don't know if never mind. They decided to click rocks again for some reason. I have no clue why. Maybe they want to heal. I guess they wanted to regenerate Aloe. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Aloe would just take too much. Oh, they can wish. Oh, that's true. That's true. I was still in the mindset of that last game that I recorded because they were using an AV Aloe. But it has wish now. This Aloe has wish, obviously. So that's true. They wanted to heal Aloe, which is a good thing because it would help a lot in dealing with Valiant. And they can keep doing this. Kyurem comes out expecting a Protect. Let's see. Okay, that works out. But they have a Slowking in the back. Are they gonna Scale Shot, predicting the Slowking, but ZS just stays in, risking a pretty big chip on the Aloe. I don't think that was the correct play. I don't think that's the optimal play, but I guess they just went for a hard read, expecting Kyurem to do something for the Slowking, and just it worked. It worked. Now Valiant does come out. It's gonna be a Terra battle, I feel like. Valiant, oh, it's not SD. Okay, Darkrai does go down, but unfortunately that's not a SD Valiant. But hold up. Roaring Moon still exists. Roaring Moon's Terra still exists. So this, I don't know why you're going Cinderace, because I feel like, but I guess it wouldn't take Earthquake. Oh, you don't have Wisp, so maybe it's a good play. So you're threatening a Gunk Shot. You're basically threatening a Gunk Shot right now. The problem is that this could have Thunder Wave, right? If Roaring Moon tries to set up in front of Slowking, it has to go through a Thunder Wave potentially. It needs to set up on Aloe. Even then, it wouldn't just sets up in one shot the Aloe. So Scarred Burn is a possibility. Against Cinderace, it's kind of 50-50, and the fact that Roaring Moon will have to Terra if it wants to survive a U-turn, a Libra U-turn. And considering that ZS might just attack or do something else. But for now, this Valiant is gonna damage this Cinderace. How much is the real question, obviously. Is this a mixed Valiant with CC, or is this just a standard special attacking Valiant? Is this Calm Mind Terra Ghost? Because that could help you survive Gunk Shot, but then this Cinderace can also have Sucker Punch. So there's so many possibilities to think about. Since they didn't code change right away, there was no reason for them to not code change there. So I feel like this might be just 4 attacks. That means it could have Sucker, It definitely has U-turn. It probably will have Pyro Ball, obviously. But yeah, the other two moves could be Sucker Gunk Shot, could be HJK, you never know. Sacks the land, okay, it's not Gunk Shot at least. Or maybe they just click their strongest move. But yeah, if click Pyro, Roaring Moon does come out trying to do the 50-50 there, speed tie. Is Roaring Moon gonna get it? Because if it gets the Earthquake right now, oh, they Terrafly. Take the setup. Did they click Pyro? No, they fell for the U-turn. Oh, brother, that is like the best turn that could have happened for JJ there. Is knockoffs obviously not killing unless this is this is max defense, I'm pretty sure. But is that max HP or is that just standard max defense, max def Alo? They DD again, hoping they don't go for Scarred Burn. They didn't. Slowking, okay. Acrobatics does kill the Slowking. Is that nothing? Alo, come on. Acrobatics has a chance to kill a max defense, no HP Alo. But I feel like knockoff might be the best play since Scarred wouldn't knock you out. Nor will Flip turn after Rocky Helmet damage. You go for Acro, risking the... Okay. It all depends on if this thing has Sucker. Nope. Earthquake. No Earthquake? Are you kidding me? What? I guess they didn't have Earthquake. Oh, this is so bad. Terrafire, it's over. Valiant dies. No. Man. What? I don't like the fact that Roaring Moon didn't have Earthquake. If you're not running Earthquake, how do you plan on dealing with Raging Bolt anyway? With the Terraflying Acro set, I feel like Earthquake is necessary. You also didn't knock the Halo and risked the 1% chance, or not 1%, 6% chance that you would get the KO. And because of not knocking there, you actually ended up dying to Rocky Helmet. So I feel like that was a throw by JJ. That was literally a throw in my opinion. Unless they're not running knockoff and also not running EQ, which doesn't make sense. I don't think there was any reason to not EQ the Cinderace, because Cinderace never runs any Terra aside from Pyro Ball. It never does. Not Pyro Ball, Fire. It never does. Cinderace's only Terra option really is Pyro Ball, unless it's like really cheesy team or something cheesy like Terra Electric, Terra Blast or something. But you know from like playing the whole game that it's not gonna be anything like that. So I don't know why JJ didn't click Earthquake, didn't click Knock on the Halo. I feel like that was a throw, but I don't know the sets, but I do feel like that was a throw. Like ZS kind of just gave the win con to JJ, the way to win, because of like switching out, not doing the 50-50 with U-turn, and also not clicking Scar, trying to fish for a para. I think they just gave that to JJ, but JJ, I don't know. It's kind of a weird end game there. But yeah, I think that was a joke. No offense to both of these guys, but that was a joke in my opinion. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't watched my previous video, go check that out. It's right on your screen. I'll see you all there. Goodbye.